Alright guys, Bill here, back more NieR Automata. Continuing on. Just started playing as A2 and play through C. I'll say that, like, I don't remember a lot of what's happening. What happens from this point forward. I remember the section that we just got through. I remember there's a fight in the desert that I fucking hated. And then I remember, oh, was there a save point here? Oh, well, I should have gone there.
It is programmed to automatically repeat the request every 30 seconds until such data is made available.
Are you kidding me?
Proposal.
But yeah, we do need to end this episode at a save point. This will probably be the last episode for today. But I am going to be streaming Mass Effect tonight, so I kind of need to end at a save point. Let's do a quick save. Actually, something I want to see is we can actually see this through the chapter select. See, this is chapter 12, right? Access support. Yeah. Okay, this is short. Okay, that's the thing I remembered. Yeah, fuck that. I don't even remember this. He's compelled to head towards the tower. I don't remember that. Yeah, like, I don't remember any of that, if I'm being honest. I remember, like, vaguely, like, yeah, you play as 9S, you go to the tower. I don't remember anything within it. This I remember... Like, I remember a bit of this, but, like, not anything in particular. This, I couldn't tell you. What the fuck is this? Don't know any of that. Yeah, that I kind of remember. Holy shit, that's that long? What the fuck? Yeah, I couldn't tell you most of that. So, yeah, it should be interesting to play through the end game. Yeah, this is definitely... Like, just look at the I just want to look at the chapter select. Like, this is definitely longer, right? Okay, I guess chapter 1 is pretty long. You know, only takes like 30 minutes. That's pretty short. Pretty short. Pretty short. Pretty short. So yeah, I mean, like, this is like the main game is definitely long. Like, even though like the main game is longer chapter wise, like I feel like it's probably gonna end up being around the same length. That's pretty long. And this is pretty long, but so let's continue on. Oh, she has like an extra thing. Wait, so her plugins are the same still, right? Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure.
Thirty seconds have passed. Proposal. Unit A2 should state her intentions.
Stop! My intention is to beat the hell out of every goddamn machine I can find. Is that enough for you?
Affirmative. Scanning and marking of nearby machine life forms complete. Goliath-class enemies detected in desert area. Proposal.
Yeah, so.
Goliath-class enemies.
Yeah, I remember that fight.
Don't tell me
And just hating
Pods
it.
are not authorized
Or like
to
I was
issue
stuck
commands.
because
Proposals are merely recommendations
to be fair, it's
based on
mostly
data
because I wasn't
provided by
upgraded
Unit
enough.
A2.
It's funny because, like, level wise, like
Unit
looking back on it, I
A2
was
should
probably
state
fine.
updated intentions
It's
in
more
order
so
to
just I
secure
didn't
more
bother
usable
like
data.
with plugins. I
Shut
didn't do
the hell
how
up.
much stuff I should have done.
Negative.
Wait, where am I going?
This pod is engaging in activity
here.
based on the final order of Unit 2B. Yorha Unit A2 lacks the authority to issue commands.
Look, just stay out of my way.
Affirmative.
So this should be a lot easier this time, but we'll see. But again, it's just like this is a lot of what like made me not replay NieR Automata, if I'm being honest, was this part of the game. Like I remembered hating like because that was like a back-to-back section, the desert fight we're about to get to, and then also the thing we just did, the 2B virus thing, whatever, where you have to cross the city. Like, both of those missions I had so much trouble with when I first played the game, and like it really made me hate the game. And like, well, obviously we just had trouble with it again. Like we got first try though, at least. Like, not like last time where it took me like 20 tries to get that stupid fucking mission done. But yeah, I mean, like at this point, I haven't updated my list yet, but for sure this is going to be top 10 games of the generation. The question for me is it better than like AC Origins and the other one, and Final Fantasy 15? I think it might be. It's tough though. Like, I think if it's above Final Fantasy 15, it's definitely above AC Origins. Like, it's either above or below that block. Is this the boss battle? It's definitely... I don't know, I was thinking, but yeah, we're way better situated. Last time I had no health or anything. I had no recovery things. So like, we're good. This time, hopefully. And also I'm leveled up more, so, and used plugins and everything. Yeah, I haven't taken a look at my top these generations in a while, actually. I probably should. What the fuck was that? Oh shit. Well, that's bad.
So much for Goliath class. That was over before it started.
Negative. Enemy machines remain in the area.
There we go. This is the fight. We're hating this fight. Should be fun though. Yeah, this is it.
What the hell is that?
And we're way better situated this time.
It appears to be a machine life form that has adapted to the desert environment. Proposal: destroy the enemy machine.
Yeah, that's real helpful.
Okay, fine. Okay, what the fuck?
Time to bust out the node.
This is still a bullshit fight though. What the fuck is that?
Nuclear fusion output carries unacceptable levels of risk. Any offensive boost is offset by lower defense and increased maintenance costs. The feature was removed from newer models for this reason.
Guess it's too bad I'm not a newer
I'm pretty
model.
sure I'm already doing like so much better than last time though. I don't know how the fuck I got through it last time. Because like last time also, like, take into consideration, I didn't have any health. I didn't use any of the plugins. Like I was like vastly under level. Like I don't know how the fuck I got through this last time.
Proposal. Unit A2 should take advantage of her support pod, which is equipped with helpful long-range attack features.
Don't patronize me.
Man, that's ridiculous. What the fuck is going on? Why is he shooting up? This is a cool fight, actually, in retrospect. Like, even though it annoyed the shit out of me the first time, like, it's cool that, like, all these balls land on the ground and can fly around and everything. Okay. There we go. Getting so much easier than last time.
EMP attack detected. Escape recommended.
Where am I?
The EMP attack appears to have caused hacking damage to Unit A2's memory modules.
So this is my memory area. But why are you here?
Support units are required to monitor our target's internal systems in case of breakdown.
Next time, ask me before you go poking around in my head.
enemies to merge with your own.
Normally you'd be called, but we'll be calling you 2B. Continue to observe the situation and dispatch them.
This is a fragment of Unit 2B's memory data. It is an order she received from the Yorha commander when she was still alive.
Not ready, number 2. We're almost here. Supposed to be here. Thank you. Giving meaning to my life.
Enough!
Memory data recognized as belonging to Yorha Unit 82 Reset.
Shut up and get out of my head already!
What is that?
You and I are the same. We have no one to help us. We can only cry and scream. Shut up! Just shut up.
Pod 153, commencing data sharing.
Affirmative. Launching compressed conversation mode.
Okay.
Compressed conversation mode complete. Affirmative. Awaiting report on the effects of Unit 2B's memory data on Unit A2's self-consciousness.
Understood. Updating as reference data for support activity.
Whoa. Okay. Actually, something I want to do. I want to rewatch Writing on Games NieR Automata video, because I remember when watching that video, I was thinking he made like a lot of really great
Good morning,
points
A2.
about the game, like about like how it can only be made as a game and how it doesn't work outside of that.
5 minutes and 42 seconds ago. The cause was excessive strain due to battle against a large machine life form.
Oh,
I
this
just wanna see
goddamn
this.
sand is starting to
Get the
piss
new
me
iPhone
off.
12 Pro on
Alert.
Spectrum Mobile's
Fuel
5G.
filter
and
performance
boom,
deteriorating.
influencer.
Fine particulate matter seems to have entered the filter while fighting in the desert.
Courage
Proposal:
starts with the risk.
replace the faulty part immediately.
You make it sound so easy.
Anything in your way.
Records indicate said part was once used at the resistance camp.
Calvin
The
claimed to fly.
resistance camp.
Immense fragrance. Hi, I'm Hamish Black, and welcome to Writing on Games. Lately, I've been pondering the question, did this story need to be a game? It's not really a question of the quality of a product. Yakuza 0, for example, is one of the best pieces of media I've experienced in a long time, but its story is delivered largely through non-interactive means. Do I think it would have fared better as a film or TV series? Not really, but the story could have at least been explored that way. It's a similar situation to Neo, a game with combat that potentially bests the mighty Bloodborne, but with a fairly throwaway story that has little to nothing to do with what you're actually doing in the game. It doesn't hurt that experience, but it's certainly not implementing the strength of the medium it's working with. That while games incorporate artistic media of all kinds, their stories can and perhaps should be told through your interactions with. With that in mind, I struggle to think of a game that pulls this off as well as recent release NieR Automata. Further than merely working better as a game than a film, for example, Yoko Taro's latest creation simply would not work in
So are
any
we
other
doing
medium.
chapter 14
It's perhaps
at
the
this
best
point?
example I can point to and say that had
I
to
guess I
be
can't
a
check,
game.
actually. I have to go to
This
the
is
thing.
because absolutely everything about Automata subverts our expectations of the ways we typically interact with video games. Things as simple as its menus are essentially fictionalized as the memory of the characters. This means that when virus corruption enters the scene, for example, the resulting glitches use the player's comparative lack of control in this situation to represent the breakdown of the protagonist's psyches. Whilst inconvenient, forcing you to manually save your progress plays into the struggle of preserving one's memories, highlighting the disconnect between the consciousness of an android and the sack of meat and circuitry it inhabits. The chips used as stat buffs remain on your so-called corpse when you die, because of course they do. The body you respawn with is entirely different. As we'll come on to later, this isn't the only mechanic designed to convey the game's themes deliberately at the expense of providing a comfortable player experience. Even the excellent music with its prominent and constant vocal melodies is a narrative device. Traditionally, soundtracks must remain ambient enough to punctuate the player's experience without intruding on it. Here, as you're doing something as menial as running across a desert with this epic, colourful vocal melody playing, that music becomes the focus. Nearly every track in this game could be considered just slightly over the top for the situation it's used in, which is why it's so fantastic. It's uncanny, just like the androids you control. Like I say, every element of what constitutes a game is used here to present its themes. However, the most obvious reason I feel like this story couldn't be effectively conveyed through any other medium is the fact that, like other Yoko Taro games, it requires multiple playthroughs to see the true ending. And this is where we're going to start getting into spoilers, by the way. It's kind of wild to me that these playthroughs are even considered separate, because completing
this
first playthrough is basically like playing the
so
first
what are we
third
playing
of any
right
other
now?
game.
This. So we did skip the chapter 14. Okay. So you're supposed to do those two in a row. Okay.
So it's essentially
so it's like back, forth, right?
While the third pulls a Metal Gear Solid 5 and has you playing more or less a different game. Not only is a game the only way to fully realize this, for example, you can't have a movie that you watch again for different content, this idea ends up elevating the game's plot above tired sci-fi tropes into something much larger. I dare say leaving the game at a first playthrough would have left me feeling fairly underwhelmed. The somewhat on-the-nose dilemma of killing cute robots who act like humans is arguably the focus from beginning to end of that playthrough, with everything wrapping up in a way that feels a little too happy, despite numerous plot holes. By requiring a second and third playthrough, however, Yoko Taro convinces us that this plot is not the most important thing here. As 2B chokes a corrupted 9S to death, she states it always ends like this. By suggesting you play through the game again, Taro begins the real story of Automata in earnest. It's incredibly telling that you don't see a title card for the game until you start it a second time. This is not merely a game about the humanity we imbue in robots, it's about cycles. This is where you uncover the truth behind Automata. Its focus is not the protagonists, it's the player, it's you. It's where you start to discover, from 9S's perspective, that but the action is being used to hammer this home. It's flashy and fun, but it arguably lacks the depth of something like Metal Gear Rising or Bayonetta. Ultimately, it's kind of repetitive. That's not really that outlandish a thing to say either. It's something 9S himself complains about. Because you're experiencing many of the same events from the perspective of a higher level character, the second playthrough can also feel fairly trivial. Even when 9S discovers the truth about Project Gestalt, that the humanity his kind were created to protect was made extinct long ago, the player continues to engage in the action, cutting through hundreds of robots like butter because, hey, that's what you've got to do to complete the game, right? Then the third playthrough comes along. The difficulty ramps back up with the player in full knowledge of the futility of combat they're engaging in, with everything falling apart for the character. The game confronts you with the fact that the only reason 9S has to fight now is the illogical pursuit of revenge, and that 2B's entire purpose is to eliminate androids when they get too close to the truth about humanity and Project Gestalt. We also learned that androids are, at their core, physically identical to machines, heightening the brutalness of this fighting. The conflict is designed to be cyclical, to have nebulous concepts pit machines against machines in an endless, pointless war at the center of which is you. You played through the game already. You already killed the machines, and yet you play again. You kill them again. You kill for no other reason than it's a game, and that's what you do in games. And then the story starts over because that's what happens when you replay a game. It always ends like this. As Taro himself states, I cannot get myself to think that humans who could not stop killing each other for 2,000 years will have a happy ending. It's grim as hell. Which is why it's also surprising that the game gives you a chance for repentance. When you realize the pods themselves have started to achieve sentience and attempt to break the cycle of conflict, the final task is left up to you. You destroy the names of everyone who worked on the game, perhaps in order to subvert the destruction the ending foists upon your characters. Here's the kicker though. As things get too difficult, you recruit the help of real players in order to finish the remaining credits off. Once this is done, the sacrifice these players made to help you is revealed, and you are asked to give up your save data like they did. You're told that through making this sacrifice of throwing away your version of 2B and 9S in an endless cycle of 2Bs and 9Ss, you may be helping someone you don't like, who doesn't appreciate it. The pod really wants you to be sure that the sacrifice you're making is entirely of your own volition, because there's no reward from it other than the knowledge that you, an insignificant speck on this planet, have helped another insignificant speck on this planet escape the cycle of conflict. The game wants you to sacrifice any markers of your experience to show that you have truly learned from it, for pure responsibility in this scenario. It's extremely powerful for what amounts to deleting some data. What I'm talking about isn't just speculation either. Yoko Taro is fully aware that he's creating stories about humanity at large, rather than trite plots about humanistic machines. He sees life in the cycles represented in Automata, finding them within the violence humans perpetuate against each other, to what he sees as the game of game development. Ultimately, Yoko Taro wants to tell stories about life, complete stories, viscera, mundanity and all. And so he draws attention to this cycle through the notion of completing a game, in order to force the player to look inwards. The drawn-out process of the game going through all the menus and wiping your progress is far from rubbing salt in the wound. It's celebratory. You chose it. You've broken the cycle that Yoko Taro forced you to examine. The game has taught you something in a way other media cannot. The idea of viewer culpability is something of an abstract concept in film and books. In games, however,
No, what the fuck? I hit the wrong button.
Concretely complicit in what occurs. It's just that few games utilize this interactivity and the way it implies responsibility to such fascinating, eye-opening extents as NieR Automata. So I hope you enjoyed my analysis of NieR Automata. If you did, why not share it with a friend or click the subscribe button? If you really want to go the extra mile, however, you can support the channel directly on Patreon in exchange for various goodies, just like the wonderful people currently on screen have done.
Is it here? No, it's not it. Shit. It's here. Fuck.
There's machines everywhere.
Analysis. This is a colony of pacifistic machine lifeforms led by the unit known as Pascal. It is logical for a large number of machine lifeforms to be present. This pod has concerns regarding your HUD Unit A2's predictive skills.
I'd be more concerned about me smashing your face if I were you.
Alright, so we can finally buy stuff. That's worse, isn't it? All these are worse. Oh wait, fuck. I wanna see upgrade. It's not really worth it. I don't think we need any of those at this point. Yeah, I think we're gonna end here. So yeah, we will continue on. Whenever the next time I record is, probably tomorrow morning. I don't know if I have anything going on tomorrow. So, yeah, because I don't work tomorrow, which I normally would. So yeah, I think tomorrow I'm pretty free. So yeah, we'll probably play more of this. To be honest, we'll probably end up, like, even though I said I don't really want to finish this anytime soon, we probably will end up finishing this on, I don't know, probably on Wednesday, I would think. Like, probably sometime this week. So, but yeah, that's it for now. Thank you for watching.